Jess! So, what are you cooking for us today?
I'm just making up a little salad because I'm working at home all day today and I need constant food because I get really bored with work, and it's good to have little things like this, and I don't want to end up eating crap and stuff.
You can say crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Well, is it something you usually cook? Have you cooked it before?
No, I'm going to make it up as I go along, but, like, I like salads, but I guess the time of year is sort of changing. It's getting a little bit warmer now, and I'm more likely to cook things that are a little bit fresher, you know? And it's not complicated or hard, and it literally takes 5 minutes to make, so...
Oh. Yeah, salad is always the best thing, I think, especially when it's warm like this.
Yeah.
So you're making it up as you go along? Is this something you often do?
Yeah. I don't really use cookbooks or anything like that, and sometimes actually following a recipe can be quite expensive, quite difficult. Like, I think if you make it up your way, you can kind of just use whatever ingredients you like and kind of go basically well together, then you've got so much more choice and things.
Okay, so could you describe a typical day of eating for me?
A typical day of eating. Well, mine's sort of changed a little bit because I've just come back from my Easter holidays being at home, and my mum sent me back to uni with loads of stuff that I wouldn't normally be able to afford to buy, so like posh muesli and barocca and nuts and things like that, like healthy stuff. So on a sort of normal uni day, I might have something like porridge or toast or I don't know, something like that. But now I'm having just nice muesli and a cup of tea, and I'm trying to have a barocca every day. I don't like it very much.
No. Do you take vitamins normally? Like, would you take them at home or?
I wouldn't, but at this time of year, I'm just wrecked the whole time. I'm so tired. The workload is huge, and we've got exams coming up, and so it kind of feels like, okay, well, whatever I can take that's going to sort of make the day a little bit more fuzzier.
Yeah. Do you tend? Oh, sorry, go on.
So I did that for breakfast. I normally try and buy as much fruit as I can. It's quite expensive, but you know, sometimes they do quite good deals and stuff like that. So I'll kind of carry like apples or bananas or whatever in my handbag wherever I'm going, and just sort of have that throughout the day. I carry a water bottle with me all the time, so I'm always just drinking. Lunch is kind of like wherever I am, like whatever's busiest. Like if I've got time to actually come home, I might make something. Or I might just grab like a sandwich out or something like that. But really, I don't really have much of a routine at uni. I don't have a lunchtime or a dinner time. I just kind of eat whatever. And the sort of food I buy, I don't know if it's particularly like studenty as such. Like it's not rubbish food. They're just a bit like odd meals that everything's sort of thrown together. So yeah, I suppose that's my meal. But
is it different from when you're at home? Like, do you cook like this at home, or does your mum cook for you?
Well, my mum is a big cook at home, so yeah, she would do most of the cooking there. Just using rocket here because it was on offer in Tesco's yesterday. Yeah, so my mum would do most of the cooking at home. So yeah, I do eat differently. I probably eat more at home than I do here because the food's just more available, and there's I have more variety at home. I probably have a lot more meat at home, and things like that. And like yeah, my mum can just tell she can afford to buy more, and like the odd little ingredients as well. The things that are normally can be quite expensive to be buying all the time, like different spices and stuff. If you need a complicated recipe where there's lots of stuff, I won't eat things like that here that much, but I will eat those at home where it doesn't matter if you spend £20 on one
meal.
One meal, yeah.
Well, how much does this meal cost for you? Do you think you could put it together?
I don't know, I mean, so I've got beetroot here, rocket, celery, cucumber, honey, and then my mum took me back with nuts and things like that I wouldn't normally buy, like they are quite expensive. I would maybe if I was treating myself.
Yeah, but not normally.
But not really. But, I mean, this is all relatively cheap, like, it's not that expensive.
Uh-huh. Probably, yeah. And I guess once you make a salad, it'll last a long while. Do you find vegetables is something you buy often?
I probably am almost more a vegetarian at uni. Like, I don't really know why. I don't actually know if there's any cost benefit to that. For some reason it just feels easier. I don't know. Like, especially in pools last year. Yeah. Sometimes, like, that fish would just get so disgusting. And there would be all these certain types of, like, raw meat everywhere. And it's just like, just vegetables just feels, I don't know.
Feels safer. Yeah.
The less likely to get ill. I don't know. I'm not really I'm not that fussy with food. I'm not, like, really particular or anything. So I kind of just eat whatever. But I do try and buy vegetables. They can get pricey. Especially for buying things fresh. So, like, salad, I wouldn't really do this much, but it's just what I feel like at the moment at this time of year. Yeah. That's the nicest thing about being at uni, I think, cooking-wise, is that, like, although I love my mum's cooking and I really enjoy it, at uni I can just have whatever I want, whenever I want it. Like, I know that sounds incredibly simple, but just, you can eat whatever. Or,
do you find it gives you a lot of independence and freedom? Like cooking for yourself?
It does, yeah, because sometimes I sort of, you know, like, I can just very simply just choose what I want to eat or how much I want to eat, and not that my mum's some big control freak. No, but do you see cooking for yourself as a sign of, like, part of the uni life? Is it something that's really important for students? Like, you know how some students live in halls where they get which are catered? Yeah, some do get that. Do you see that as, would you count that as still student life, or do you think it's just not something it's not as important? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other really big issues that obviously, like, make up student life, so it's maybe not one of the most important ones. But I think if you're gonna all the way through uni, like I know for, like, Cambridge and Oxford and places like that, they want to just cater to their students as they focus on other things. But, like, I think it's kind of important, and, like, I personally quite enjoy it. And, like, when I'm not just cooking for myself, but getting together and cooking with friends as well. Like, there's a real social side to sort of cooking. And do you feel that would you say that cooking for yourself is a sign of being grown up, or would you say it's not, like, being grown up, or a sign of gaining independence and freedom? I guess so. I mean, on days when I just don't function and I'm tired and I've got loads of work to do or something, I'll just eat beans out if I can. Nice. But on days when I feel a bit, I don't know, all together, and it's very reflective of your mood. Sometimes, at the moment, I've got, like, a ridiculous amount of work on, and it's quite nice to sort of say, well, at least I'm on top of something, at least I'm eating well. But, that's good. It's an important controlling factor. So can I ask you said a bit about the social side, but can you describe your flatmates and what your housing's like? My flatmates, well, I've been on an Erasmus scheme for half the and stuff. Oh, yeah, about your flatmates. So can you describe your flat? On, like, an Erasmus scheme for, like, the first half of the year. So I came back and just had to find a house quickly ASAP. So I don't actually live with students. It's me and 3 working guys, and 2 are a couple, and they cook quite a lot of meals together, and they do cook, like, properly. And then the new guy that's just moved in, he's kind of just, you know, like, a pizza here or whatever. I don't think he's a big cook, but it makes a difference because Juan and Connor, they treat this kitchen really well, and they really use it a lot. So it's very clean, I can see that. It's a clean, nice kitchen, but it's quite nice to be in here and cook. And I know not all student kitchens are like that. Yeah. So do you cook together often, or ever? No, actually, like, I wouldn't mind, because he's Mexican and it would be quite nice, and he cooks lovely food, but my schedule, work day or whatever, is like, my hours are all over the place, and I don't actually see them that much, so
Yeah, so if you have do you find, are you quite close to your flatmates though?
Like we get on fine, and I sort of, you know, rely on them for this, that and the other, but we're not close, not really.
No?
They have their own sort of dramas and stuff, and to be honest, I'm so busy all the time, and it's rarely that I'm home socialising. I'm home either to sleep or just to work or something, so...
Do you think eating together and cooking together is something that would change that, or do you see it as a sign of...
No, I think eating and cooking together is quite a, you know, it's a real social thing. And next year I'm living with, like with friends, and like it would be really nice if we all cook together, because, yeah, it feels like bonding or something like that.
It is, and all done. Finished. Are you going to put it in the fridge to save it, or...?
Yeah, I'm going to eat that later.
Oh, brilliant. And just going back to the social thing, can you describe first year? Is it different from this year, or...?
Sorry, say that again?
Because you're a second year student, so is first year different, or...?
First year is totally different. First year, kind of like, the novelty's there. Second year, it's a lot more work. It's,
in terms of food, and do you cook together? Do you become more adventurous in second year?
Yeah, I think so. You like, I don't know. It just becomes more. You feel more adulty, I think, in second year. You don't feel like in first year it's just so easy and everything sort of goes. But in second year, I suppose, you can.
Yeah, you cook more.
Yeah, you cook it more like. I need an actual meal. So.
Oh, well, brilliant. Well, thanks for the talk. It was lovely talking to you. Bye.